Media. We are going to build a Performance Max campaign for you over the shoulder, and I'm going to show you what we do to get great results right out the gate for most of our clients. Usually they're in mid to large markets, so big cities or smaller towns that have lots of people in them. So something like 500,000 to a million plus people in their location. So we're going to build a live Performance Max campaign. I'm going to show you over the shoulder how we do it from start to finish. And then we're going to show you a Performance Max campaign that's live that's getting $25 estimates for whatever service they want to advertise. Right now in the shoulder season, it's ductless, and then it is air conditioning and heat pumps. So we have 3 different campaigns built out. So we're going to show you how we do all of that. So we're going to take it from the start, how to build a Performance Max from start to finish, and let's get going. So we're in a live account now. We're in our account, our personal company account. This is one of our dummy accounts. So we're going to build a Performance Max campaign. We're going to click inside campaigns, click new, and then you're going to see leads here. We're going to set our goal for leads. And we don't have a Performance Max action set up yet, but we're going to do that a little later. We're going to continue, and then we're going to go to Performance Max. So how we name Performance Max campaign, we usually name it PMax, so we know how to distinguish it, and then we name it the location, and we name it the mileage that we are going after the location. Then we name it whatever estimates we're going to do. So this is going to be ductless estimates. Let's do air conditioning estimates because that is more in line with everybody else. Air conditioning estimates. There we go. All right. And now we're going to set the location, set everything else we need. So the budget really is dictated by how much you can afford to spend. Now, Performance Max does eat away at other campaigns in your account. So setting the budget properly is it's minorly important. Typically, we never have an account big enough that is going to eat up every single keyword in every single market they go into. So we don't really worry about how much we're setting the budget at first. We usually set it to about 15 to 20% of what the account is going to spend in general, because it is a cold lead generator, and also it does remarket to those leads as well. So you want to give it enough budget to do both of those things. So if the account's spending $8,000 a month or so, typically we're going to start with a $25 budget and we're going to ramp it up outside of there. We're going to focus on conversions because we're going to set our own conversions for this campaign, and we're not going to set a target cost per action because we want the Performance Max campaign to optimize itself for the long term. And target cost per action kind of limits your campaign at the start initially, and then it really limits it when it's going. So we're going to set the United States, and actually we're going to set another location, and then typically you're going to do your radius. So advanced search radius, and then whatever your location is. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3 location. And we're going to do boom. And then however many miles you set from your location. Usually it's 25 miles, but for you, it could be different. So now our location set for everybody in that target range. The languages are going to be for what you are going to use them for. So if you speak English in your mainly English, and set for English. If you speak any other language, then set those as well. And typically we don't want URL expansion on, especially for these type of campaigns, because of how we build our landing pages. Our landing pages are built, we're going to test different landing pages out, and our landing pages are built specifically for Performance Max. So we typically don't want to send traffic anywhere else in the landing pages that we give it. But if you do, this is going to perform just like a dynamic search ad campaign if you don't set the target properly. Typically, dynamic search campaigns don't work very well, especially in the HVAC industry, because you have a ton of keywords on every single page. You're advertising for everything at one time. This is going to narrow down. If you said only send traffic to URLs, and narrow down exactly what you want the traffic for. All times a day, that's fine. Campaign URL options, we're going to leave this in no set options because we don't have a tracking template for the campaign. And then more settings, make sure everything's set properly. So we're all good. So all day we want it to run, because we're bringing in lead forms and calls. And lots of times people have, or companies that we work with have 24-hour staff, so we can get calls in at any time. And then they have usually someone to give a lead form a call back initially. So we're going to click next. That's fine. And then the first ad group we're going to create, and we're going to create most of our ad groups inside AdWords Editor. We're going to create all intents, checklist. I like to name the ad groups what we're going after, and then all intents. We're going to put everything we can possibly think of in this one specific asset group, and then we're going to expand from there. URL is going to be whatever the URL is. So we're going to do the home page for now, but typically we have all these built for companies that we work with. You see this is dynamic image, and then we're serving their area. Landing pages like this, we have a bunch of different templates, but this is a landing page specifically for ductless because people are coming in. I'll show you what it looks like. People are coming in not knowing what it is, having a slight inkling of what it is, and this is built to capture almost everybody we can possibly capture. So this is for the immediate people who know what ductless is. Get their air conditioning for your home now. And then these are to show people what that system is. So this was custom built for all of our clients to use. Schedule an estimate, meet the designer, get it installed, let us know how we did. And then the video, I don't have a video built in right here. Then we have two ways of reviews. So we have reviews right underneath the initial call to action, and the reviews at the very bottom as well. We have one landing page where we have tons of reviews that just keep popping up and popping up and popping up and popping up. I like this type of landing page because people always like to see the reviews we have, and we keep showing them more and more reviews. And I think it's kind of funny to do it like that, but that's just me personally. So for this client specifically, we took, I think, about 50 reviews, put it on this page so people have an idea of what this company offers. And this page usually converts pretty well. Usually for Performance Max, it converts right around the 5% mark, which is great because we're going after all traffic, not just search intent traffic. For search intent traffic, this usually converts at about 15 to 25%, depending on the keyword and depending on how we optimize the keyword afterwards. So this page is one of the better ones that we have for this specific system. And we have air conditioning pages like this. We have all types of pages like this. So that's the page we're going to use. We're going to throw the URL in here, and then the images. Now, images, we typically want to have real life installation images because we are showing people what we can do. We are validating our worth to them. And you have to think of it like that because no one really cares what you can do until you can know what you can do for them. So we have installation images, we have ductless, and we have tons of ductless images, installation images from clients that we work with. And we're going to pick the top 20. We're just going to pick a random 20 images in here. Typically, I have a set folder. This is the all folder where we're getting all the images from our clients, but usually we have a set folder where we're taking images from for Performance Max. So we test out a ton of different things. So we're looking at 20 different images, and images you don't have to have 20. You have to have at least 10 for the most part, and then you can select different sizes of the images. That's one thing because they're going to select one aspect ratio for the image. We're not going to use this because it's before and after pictures. We're not going to use that. But you want these to be live installation images, either of your crew on the job or the finished product of the specific item we're selling. So for this one, we're doing ductless specifically, but we have air conditioning images. I pulled ductless images, but this is an air conditioning campaign. So you would have air conditioning condensers outside for mostly condensers. You don't want to really usually have the coil or the if you have a air handler, you want to have the air handler as well, but typically the condenser and people working on it. So once that's done, all these are loaded, upload. I got to make sure they're all uploaded and all selected. We have 12 assets selected, which is fine. All right, we're going to save this. We're good to go. confirm that we're good to go. Don't want to bore you with all that. Now, logos are just your company. You can take these from your website. Just click on logos, upload your logos here. The big thing is the videos. Lots of people don't have videos, so we create videos for our clients. Channel. All right. We have an ads specific channel that we create ads for. So this is one of our clients. We take some of their videos. So they had a couple videos. They had a couple of review videos. We took a couple of theirs. But if we need to, we can create our own specific videos. Typically you want 5. You want an installation video or 1 or 2 installation videos. You want a review video. So one video that has all your reviews, pictures, a slideshow type of thing. So one installation video with no text, no nothing. One slideshow video of your reviews. Here we go. One slideshow video of your installations with pictures of or with text of what the installation was. So we have different ones here. So they have a reviews video, they have installation video with subtitles, they have installation video with audio, they have installation video without subtitles. So we have a couple different videos that we use. And typically you want 1 or 2 testimonial videos as well. Especially in Performance Max, we're going to have a testimonial video because this is going to be the total funnel for what we are. So think of it like you're going after everybody who can possibly be interested in ductless. What is the sales process for that? And you're using that inside your campaign. So same thing for everything you're selling. You're going through the entire sales process with, there we go. Can I enter in? I'll just pick one. All right. So 5 videos. You definitely want 5 videos. And then the headlines, long headlines, and descriptions. What I typically do is I don't like to guess on these type of things. We test our headlines through, well, a lot of ways, but Facebook, for the most part, we test our headlines out. Small test, usually about $3 to see if the headline is going to work. Typically, it is a color block ad. So I'll show you what that means. Color block ad that just has the headline inside of it. If we get a certain number of clicks on it, then we use it. If we don't, we don't. So I'll show you my I'll show you my campaign right now. Yep. All right, so we have a campaign going that we're testing out for ourselves, different types of headlines. Boom. And the ads are pretty simple to make. And if you have headlines already for your, that you've used in your responsive ads, you can use those as well. Typically for the headlines, for the headlines, the first set of headlines, we like to have 2 reviews and then 3 specific headlines for that service. So 2 reviews and 3 specific headlines for that service. And the long headlines, it's really all about the service, and the descriptions is all about the service as well. But we do like to throw in some reviews here and there. The reviews that work. So we've been advertising for HVAC for a long, long time, and we have a lot of assets built up, like review assets that we know are going to work. So we like to throw reviews in there, especially for people who've seen our ads a bunch of times inside Performance Max and are now coming back to schedule with us. Here we go. All right. So this is what we call a color block campaign. And you can see here, let's go to impressions. So typically for a decent ad, we're looking for a couple things. It needs to have a minimum of a couple hundred impressions. So typically around 4 is where we like to stop it. So for this one, you see 475, 402, and then 116 is still running. Like to have a decent amount of link clicks, lower cost per click, and a decent click-through ratio. Typically around 1% of click-through ratio for our campaigns, what we're looking for. And then we move that onto a headline test. So this is just an idea test. Here's what it looks like. Ad agency, company. Ooh, slowing down. All right. It's actually really, really simple. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. No text, no description. It's just the image inside here that is just text. Man, all right. I should have had this loaded already. But here we go. Looks like it's loading up. Loading. Get this thing loading. Roll. Here we go. All right. This is all it is. We're testing out different headline versions. We're testing out everything on our campaign. So we know if we put it inside a campaign that it's going to work. So same thing with your headlines. You're testing out all your headlines. You're taking them from your best performing assets that you have. Long headlines, the same thing. These headlines are going to show up underneath your display campaigns. It's going to be like, think of it like a dynamic or a responsive display campaign. That's all this going to be all this is. These are used in your search campaigns. These are used in your dynamic display campaigns. These are used everywhere. So short descriptions used everywhere. Long descriptions used in your search campaigns. You want to fill these up totally. Call to action, make that automated. You can make it whatever you want, but typically automated is recommended, so we leave it on automated. And your business name, you're going to type your business name in here, and then you're good to go. Audience signals is actually what you're going to target inside your campaign. So for this, we're going to throw in everything we possibly can think of inside our campaign. So if you see here, this is our all intents audience. We have everything we can possibly think of for this specific campaign. You'll see HVAC companies. You can type in almost anything and get a custom segment for it. If not, you can build a custom segment. Segment name, HVAC companies, if we were advertising for HVAC companies. And then we're going to search for, let's say, HVAC companies that I know. Michael and Sons. We're going to throw there we go. All right. So we're done there. Save that. We're going to use inside our campaign, but everything you possibly think of, put it inside your all intents campaign. And then we're going to start narrowing down later on what we have going on. Now, your extensions, you're going to want to use all the extensions you can possibly use. Call extensions, call out extensions. Site link extensions are going to be linked to different parts of your landing page. So we have so for our campaigns, we have 4 or 5 landing pages that we use. We have a calculator, especially for pricing. So we have an installation calculator, what it's going to cost us to install it. We have reviews on our landing pages. And then we have the actual landing page itself. And then we have the About Us section of our landing page that we're going to link to in our site links. These all need to be different links. So we build 4 or 5 different landing pages specifically for this Performance Max campaign. And then we put inside site links here. So they're going to enter in one right here. Call out extensions are going to be anything that's relevant to your business you're going to call out. So this is going to be, 1,300 reviews. 1,300 5-star reviews. And we're going to do free estimates available on call staff reaching. What else we're going to do? Free estimates available. So we're going to leave it there for now. Boom. All right. Call extensions. You definitely want to have a call extension for your business because you're going to use it as a local campaign. Lead forms, you definitely want to have that set up. Structure snippets, you definitely want to have that set up. Pricing extensions, if you want to. And then inside here, you can't set it right now, but you're going to have a location extension as well and use it as a local campaign. So you want all the extensions set up because it's going to take advantage of all Google's inventory that it's going to give you. So all that's set up. Your campaign is ready to publish. Fix multiple ad set group issues. I don't have headlines, all that type of stuff. So this is how you set it up. Make sure you set it up properly for the first initial campaign. And typically what we'd like to do is copy and paste these campaigns until we get to about 20 or 30. And then we're going to find different audience signals to give the campaign. So most times we're actually going to build a Performance Max campaign inside the ads editor because it's a lot simpler to do. So if you see here, this is a live campaign now. All right, so we have the type of service we're going after, then we have the audience signal we're giving it, and then the landing page version that we're advertising to. So you can see here, this campaign, I finally got AC put in my house. So this is a review for their ductless. Finally retired window units. That's the headline we know that works really well. Climate control made easy, works really well. Book management estimate works really well. Ductless installation experts. All right. So those are the regular campaigns that they put inside, or Performance Max puts inside our search campaigns. Long headlines. I don't see highly trained today. All right. And then usually we have a review in here somewhere. So that's it. Then we have nice images. So all these images are not our own. Some of these are taken from Mitsubishi. And it's okay to take stock photos. But we prefer to have regular installation photos. So you can see here we have all these up installation photos. We can add these to the campaign. Logo. And then videos. We have 5 different videos here. It's going to a specific landing page for this specific thing. And the reason we like building it inside of AdWords editor is because you can easily copy and paste. So what we typically do is we build out 20 audience groups inside the editor. We build out 20 different asset groups inside the editor. Then we go back to Google Ads to figure out our different audience signals. So inside here, I'll just give you an example of what an audience signal would be. If you go inside the ads, we're going to go inside, not asset library, audience manager. All right. Going inside audience manager, we're going to build different custom segments that we're going to use inside our asset group. So custom segment. For now, these are 2 different things: purchase intent and then who searched for. These are going to be 2 different asset groups. So typically we start with our existing converting keywords. So we're going to go inside our search term report, pull all the search terms that have converted for us for this specific thing in the past. So if it's air conditioning, pull out all the search terms that converted for your air conditioning installations. Throw it inside here. Don't worry about that. Just throw in your actual keywords. And then you're going to name it converted keywords, AC installs or estimates. This is going to be purchase intent. And then you're going to do the same thing again. All your converting keywords, you're going to do people who search for. This is going to be search intent. Search intent. That's 2 different asset groups. Now you're going to throw in all the keywords that you're advertising for that you want to show up for that specific thing, not the converted ones. You're going to have that separate, and then you're going to show up. This is going to be the ones who are going to show up for all the specific keywords. So this is going to be just keywords, purchase intent, search intent. That's going to be 4 different asset groups you already built. Now you're going to do competitors. So people who are the types of websites who browse these things. So we're going to search for all our competitors in our area. So this is going to be Michael and Sons. There we go. You can see their search traffic if they have a big one. BGE Home. This is our in Baltimore. They actually just changed the name to Constellation Home. But we're just going to take BGE Home. All our big competitors, all our big or small competitors, you're going to throw them inside here. You want to have a competitor asset group. Here we go. All right. Competitors. We're still going to leave AC estimates because we're going to use this in only our AC estimates. Then we're going to have all our lists that we can possibly have. Everybody who's purchased from us ever is going to be one list. Everybody's purchased for us in the last year is going to be the second list. Everybody who's purchased for us and spent over a certain amount of money is going to be on our next list. Everybody who's purchased from us and didn't get a service from us, so everybody who just got installation is going to be on our next list. Everybody who's purchased from us just got AC installation is going to be on our next list. Everybody who's purchased from us got change outs is going to be on our next list. Everybody's purchased from us and, like I said, has gotten. I think those are all the lists for the most part. So it's 5 or 6 or so, all those types of lists. Then we're going to do the lookalikes of those lists. All right, and then we're going to go in here, build a custom segment of just, where are we at? Combined segment. We're going to build a combined segment of Google's things. All right, so you have HVAC, you have climate control. We want this, so that's going to be one. Air conditioner is going to be one. They have one for ductless. They have one for home and garden. Is going to be one. Home and garden is going to be a big one for us because most people in our area is going to be for that home and garden. All website visitors, all converters, everything you can possibly think of is going to be a list. So you can build, usually a campaign, you're going to build 20 to 40 different asset groups, depending on how many assets they have, or for us, how many assets our client has. But for you, how many assets you have in your business. You have email lists. Do you have customer lists? Do you have competitor lists? Do you have everybody who's purchased from you? Do you have people who haven't converted yet? Do you have people who've only gotten service from you? Do you have people only on the service plans? There's a ton of different ways to dice and slice this up. So you're going to build all those lists, and then you're going to put them inside each asset group individually, one at a time. You're going to make sure that all your campaigns are targeting specific things. Typically, we're going to think through different types of lists that we didn't include in our all intents campaign. And we're not going to throw it in there because we want Google to expand our customer reach. So the all intents for the audience signals typically has a bunch of different things in here. So this is, let's see what this is. So this is all intents. This is going to be everything we can think of from Mitsubishi mini splits. And then we're going to build out our lists, and then we're going to build out our search intents, purchase intents, so you can see how this gets pretty in-depth. So in-market heating and cooling, in-market central air conditioning, purchase intent from Mitsubishi, in-market ductless air conditioning, in-market air conditioners. This can go on and on and on. You're going to want to do the hard work. This is going to take you probably a good, I don't know, if you're fast at it, probably hour to build out 30 or 40 asset groups. And then if you're not, it might take you a little while. For the first time we did it, took us pretty much the whole day to do it. So that's it. That's how you're going to set up for success. A couple of things you do need to have. If you don't set up an AdWords editor, it's going to take you a long, long time. I know that from a fact because Google's interface is slow. There are a couple of things you need, especially for this specific setup. For your lead forms, you're going to need Zapier. Zapier is going to connect your lead forms to your email or your CRM or wherever you want it to go. You're also going to need some type of texting platform, because for a texting platform like ClickSend, it'll text back people automatically once they become a lead form for you. So this is going to be setting up the sales process for your business. Personally, I've done about $4.5 million in sales over the 2 years I was an estimator. So we called ourselves designers, comfort consultants, whatever you want to call it. I did about $200,000 or a little more than $200,000 every single month. And this was how, because every single person I got back to very, very quickly, within a couple minutes, I would get a text on my phone, calling from my phone, because ClickSend would send me a text. Actually, Zapier would send me a text. So inside Zapier, they can send you an SMS. They can send the person an email. So they send an email from my email directly. So, hey, this is Adam. You just let us know that you're interested in ductless. Do you want to set up a time? Same thing with text. Same exact text goes out to them within a minute of them submitting a lead form. Then, if they don't respond 5 minutes later, they get a new email, a new text. Hey, just want to reach out. I forgot to include this earlier because you want to touch up. I wanted to touch people 4 or 5 times within the first five minutes that they scheduled with us. I forgot to include this in my last email. If you want to schedule, we have times available from this to this tomorrow. Let me know. So usually the second email was responded to a ton more than the first email because people, um, I'm not sure exactly the reason why. My thought is because they're getting to know you. So two emails, two texts within the first 5 minutes of them responding to a lead form. Then, if they didn't respond, I would give them a call within 5 to 10 minutes. Even if I was on an estimate, I would take a step away, say, "Hey, can I make this quick phone call? Schedule a time there while I'm on their estimate, sizing up their system in their house." If I was on the road, it was even easier. Got a text, I can call them right now. Called them one, two times within the first 10 minutes of them responding to a lead form. I got a ton of people that way, a lot more than typical. If you don't respond quickly, you're going to miss, I'd say, probably 80 to 90% of the people who reach out to you, especially if you're online, if you're advertising online, because they're going from person to person to person, maybe not nearly as much as Performance Max, but they're going from person to person to person inside the search term or inside the search ads, scheduling estimates for their system. So Zapier is going to be a lifesaver for you. ClickSend is going to be pretty simple to do. ClickSend even has a mobile interface where you can text back and forth through the phone number. Make sure that you're forwarding the phone number to your business phone. It's going to cost you $15 a month with ClickSend. And I guess I was grandfather then. I started doing this 3 years ago. So it was $15 a month with ClickSend to forward to my business phone number. Phone calls, I mean, because people will call back the number. And then I would text them back and forth through here. And that's how we booked a ton of estimates. But that wasn't it. So, you get 40 to 50% of the people who respond or call you back within those first five. Actually, it was 6 touches. So 2 phone calls, 2 emails, 2 texts. I would text an hour later, saying, "Hey, just following up with this. Did you want to get this? Was this a mistake?" Basically. So I wanted them to respond, and getting them to say no is easier than getting them to say yes. So was this a mistake with the next text and the next email as well? So an hour later, if we didn't get the estimate scheduled, and then I would call them. So the calling cadence was 2 times immediately. So one immediately when I got their lead, the second time immediately right after that, just in case it was a block. They didn't recognize the number, so I would call twice. And then 1 hour later, I would call. And then at the end of the day, I would call. So 4 times on the first day, 2 times on the second day, in the morning and in the afternoon. When I got in, I set aside time to call leads. In the afternoon, I had set aside time to call leads. Typically in the morning, it was about 8 o'clock. Then in the afternoon, it was about 6 o'clock. I was calling leads. Usually took me about 2 hours in the afternoon to call everybody back. So I usually work from 6 to 8 every day. And then on the third day, once, and then one time a day for the first week, and then every other day for the next 3 weeks. So I like to get to everybody to make sure we were rocking and rolling. I know it's kind of a little more than most people or most companies do, but you know, sales is my livelihood at that time, so I'm willing to make it happen. So that should be your calling cadence. Emailing, texting, I kind of laid off of that after the first couple days. I would email them 2 days later if they didn't respond, and the first 3 emails on the first day, and then one email on the seventh day if they haven't responded. Same thing with texting. I would text them after every time I called them. I know that got kind of repetitive for them, but I text them every time I call them. Hey, just tried to reach out to you. Let me know if you want to schedule that, whatever estimate you came in for. Same thing every single time. I would call. Hey, just try to call you again. Haven't gotten in touch with you. You know, are you ghosting me? Question mark. Make it funny. Hey, haven't gotten in contact with you. Let me know if you're still interested in this. Hey, let me know if you want me to stop calling you. I know I can be a pest. That type of stuff. So get your calling cadence down, get your responding cadence down, because you're spending money on these leads, even though they're going to be really, really inexpensive. Typically, the bigger companies and the bigger markets have leads that come in for $20 to $25. And smaller markets usually about double that. But that's really it's a lot better than what you're typically used to, more than likely. So that's how you set up a Performance Max campaign for success right out the gate. Like I said, all the lead extensions you can possibly have, location, everything. Location settings, you're going to need to connect your Google My Business, your Google Ads, so you can have a location setting in here. But that's going to have your local campaign. It's going to have your phone ringing. Lead forms are going to have people coming, submitting a lead form to you. And the lead forms, a quick tip. So I'll build a lead form right now. A quick tip for your lead forms. You're going to want to have, all right, done. Headline is going to be air conditioning. Get your air conditioning AC estimate. Oh, people like quote betters. Quote better. All right, business name. It's going to be your business name. Please fill out the form below to schedule your AC quote. Free AC quote. We'll reach out to you as soon as you do. We like to get in touch. We'll try to text you in a minute or two of. All right. So for your business, filter AC quote schedule below. We'll reach out to you as soon as you do. We'll try to text you within a minute or two. You're gonna need their name, phone number, email. Typically, I like to have zip code as well. But then you're going to ask a question because you don't want a ton of bad lead forms, basically. So ask a question. A lot of times the question is going to be, what are the services required? AC estimates, AC repair, AC servicing. And they're going to pick one because we want to weed out the spam submissions. Typically, people go for the first one, AC estimate. They're going to do that. Link your privacy policy, have background image of someone installing a system. Thank you page, call to action URL is going to be your website, or actually it's going to be your landing page. It's going to be built specifically for Performance Max. Call to action, get your AC quotes. Get an AC quote. Same day. Get AC quote, same day available. 5 spots left. So 5 spots left. It could be today, this week, whatever it is, but you have a limited amount of time. Make sure you give them some incentive on getting their AC quote done. All right. Save it. Export leads. This is going to be connected to Zapier later. So you're going to take this headline. You're going to go to Zapier and find that lead form and then set up your automation from there. But the big thing is to cut down spam, have some type of multiple choice question or short answer question. This can be, what service are you required? Short answer, AC service. I like multiple choice a little better. It's a little easier for people to fill out. And it still cuts down spam as well. All right. But since all your extensions are set up in there, you're going to have hopefully a great setup for your Performance Max. If you have any questions on how to set it up, you need any help, let us know. Just reach out. You can email us at questions@therosmedia.com or in the comments below. We're more than happy to help. set everything or help you set everything up for you. We do offer this as a service. So we do have a service that we manage Google Ads campaigns for HVAC companies. We do an awesome job at it. Typically, HVAC companies come to us. They get, well, we guarantee 8x return on their investment. So whatever money they're investing, plus our so ad spend plus our management, we typically guarantee about 8 times return if we can advertise for bigger systems. If you don't want to do just services is a little smaller of a guarantee return, but we do guarantee our results here because you are investing in your business, and if someone knows what they're doing, they should be able to do it well. So you should be able to be taken care of like that. We do offer it. It starts at $13.57 a month for Google Ads, and that is anything under $10,000 we manage. Usually, we don't manage anything less than $5,000 because it doesn't make sense for you to get a manager at that point. It doesn't make sense for us to manage it because we can't guarantee a return. So we're going to be working for free the whole month. So $5,000 is usually what we start at. And for management, we are offering smaller management, I guess fee is the best word I have for right now. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact word, but we are offering smaller management fees for smaller accounts. We're going to start doing that probably next month. We can't handle it right now, but probably next month we're going to offer that. It's going to be a limited thing. We don't want to have too many accounts here because we want to focus a lot of our energy on you. Plus, I don't have the staff for it as of right now. I'm going to be hiring people soon, but as of right now, limited amount. We only have 2 spots available for our main management, like what we're going to do, total campaigns, display search, because you don't only run Performance Max, you run display search, YouTube with it, because you can't capture all the market with Performance Max campaign. Usually those run out. So we do offer management of Google Ads. We only have 2 spots available for that because we want to limit it to about 7 accounts is what we can take on, get those right, get those up and running. Then we hire staff. I usually hire staff every 7 accounts. I hire staff to get that going. I take on the campaigns myself and then hire staff to take it on for me. So we have only 2 spots available for that now, and then we don't have any spots available for people who are spending less than $5,000. So it's been Adam with Theros Media. Hopefully this has helped you. Stay Performance Max campaigns. Let me know how you did, and we'll see you soon. I don't actually know how to end the stream. Here we go. End stream. All right. See